Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Hello, beautiful people. Kia Ariati here. I am the Oracle for the 144. But who knows? My name may change because this lesson, well, this invitation, this opportunity for soul development around soul and purpose pillars is going to give you quite a lot of clarity and insight. So if you followed me for quite a while, you'll know that I am a channel, I'm a conduit, I am a priestess. I'm working on being the embodiment of the goddess, and it is the pathway of purpose, and the Dharmic path is what I teach. So purification of the human psyche and awakening to one's remembrance of what it is that they came here to be, to live in alignment with their soul. So their Dharmic living, which is all around purpose, sovereignty, and truth. So what I'm going to share with you is an invitation to tomorrow's Recoding Wealth Creation. This is run by the Spirit Prestige component of my business. And Spirit Prestige works with soul wealth and sustainable currency, that of living your truth, sharing your medicine and your magic, and understanding your blueprint. So that is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thursday, Brisbane Standard Time. And we will be doing Kundalini as well as awakening through the CAD framework, which is a creation process, which is creation, intention, direction. We are going to be working through activating specific pillars in your blueprint and understanding what they are so that we can have clear direction forward. So right now, there is a lot of magic, but people are getting a little bit confused about their path forward. So you might have recognized this. You might have realized that in regards to what it is that you're moving forward, you thought you were going in a specific direction, but that path looks a little bit foggy, or it keeps changing, or it keeps moving. And you're a little bit like, well, I thought I was going this way. I don't understand. I'm not quite sure. I'm not, what? And that's because there is some areas that are not clear. There are some things that need to become clear so that you can commit to your pathway and your focus forward. So these Recoding Wealth Creation sessions are very much around activating the energetics, the DNA, and the frequencies that are required for you to be able to move forward. They are about bringing those frequencies in and becoming the embodiment of them so that you no longer have the resistance, the story, and the manipulation around them. So the exciting thing about these sessions is they work in the feminine and the masculine. But what I want to explain to you is something that I've just been doing today with myself, and that's getting really clear on the purpose pillars. Now, there are 9 core purpose codes. Now, if you haven't seen that video, you can search it up. It's a free one on my YouTube that will help you to understand the 9 pillars to your purpose. Things that will motivate you, things that will inspire you, the why that's important, the stoppers, all of the information that might be necessary for you to understand why you might not be moving forward, what area you might need to cultivate, to just clarify and have self-awareness around your purpose codes and why you've chosen them for what they are, what brings momentum, what brings magnetism. And when you understand these, then you make them a priority. If purpose is a priority to you, if abundance is sustainable, spiritual entrepreneurship, living embodied with your magic, your soul is a priority to you, then purpose is a part of all of that. These 9 core purpose pillars are very helpful, but this is slightly different to understanding. It's not. Pillar 9 will tell you. So when you get to pillar 9, the trinity of purpose is very important to understand, which is made up of 3 very specific energies that are different for each individual being. Now, your purpose can change depending on evolvement, depending on new earth, old earth, depending on if you have a walk-in, depending on if you have spirit elements coming in, and evolution. So some people will have a purpose for a specific dimensional realm. Then they'll fulfill that purpose in that realm, and they'll go through an activation or ascension process, and they'll gain or create a new purpose. Some people will have purpose in partnership. Some people will have purpose that comes as the whole family. So purpose can have multi-elements, but what we're going to be looking at is the purpose of your individuality as your soul. Now, my purpose has been a little bit messed into different things like the 144 missions things. My purpose has been confused with other people's purpose through the mergence and the surrogating of energy. So one of the things that's been really powerful for me as to why I'm such a great guide to those that want to understand their blueprint is I would read people's blueprints thinking it was my inspired idea. I would think that I'm going to create this thing because they were my best friend or my sister or my partner. And I would start reading their purpose and take it on as my own because I get so enmeshed in my close relationships based on my surrogating, my healing, and my inability to stay in full integrity with myself and that self-responsibility. Now, I'm aware that that's one of my patterns, and we all have our patterns. Mine is healing everyone else before myself. And that cycle has been one that keeps repeating, and I haven't quite got to the core of it yet, but I hope to find the bottom of it shortly. But what that does is means that I have the ability to read blueprints really easy. Now, when you have a blueprint, it has 3 pillars to your purpose. If you're not clear on them, you can create other people's purposes. You can run with other people's ideas. You can swap and change from this creation to that creation. You can give this offering. You can explore and awaken parts of your purpose. You can initiate yourself. You can go through learnings or lessons through your business development. And so there is a lot of spiritual businesses. There is a lot of purposes that are not actually aligned to their purpose pillars. They're not aligned to what it is that their message is, which can block the message from being received, block the financial flow, block the clientele, and the resonance of what it is that you have to share and offer. So if your purpose isn't fully in integrity, if you're trying to add someone else's purpose to it, it mixes and muddies the message. So if your social media is sharing too many things, if your social media is mixing your message with your partner's message, if your purpose isn't clear, the message isn't clear. The offering isn't clear. The geometry, the frequency, the fabric of your purpose isn't clear. Your gift, no matter how much you write it or copywriter or advertise or brand, it doesn't matter because the essence of it will not have the strength of what the purpose is built in its foundations. And so you'll find these hurdles will come up, but you're not exactly sure what you're clearing and you're purifying because of this. Now, I'm going to explain what was happening for me so that you have a very tangible understanding of this opportunity tomorrow, this 90-minute donation-based experience for spiritual entrepreneurs, healers, light workers, for those that want to become conscious business consultants, anything that's looking into these realms of transcending the normal matrix paradigms of creation and business. This is for you. So the understanding is that for me, I was trying to run my purpose from 4 pillars, not 3. We're in a 3-dimensional reality. So I'd added an additional pillar to my message. I had too much information. I had too many pathways. I had too much movement that was not allowing me to move. It made my messages a little bit clunky. It didn't make them cohesive. I couldn't see how they all connected. And that was because I was still trying to run from the collective mission, which wasn't actually my purpose. It was assigned to me when I came here to be in this incarnation. And that is actually the Oracle of the 144. That's not my sacred heart's truth to be. Although I love each and every being, and I want to share collective messages and intuitive guidance and energy readings and healing and choice points and all of those things, it's actually not my sacred heart's truth to continue to be the guide, to continue to be the, hey guys, come on over here, awaken here, let's go here, right? And you might have seen me do this about 12 months ago, and I'm still stepping out of it because I was so attached to heaven. I was so attached to God. I was so attached to the 12th dimensional experience that I didn't let go of being this oracle, this messenger, this healer, even though I knew it wasn't true for me. I kept cycling back because I was too scared to let go of God. I was too scared to be sovereign in myself. And, you know, any attachment is going to create distortion. So what that did was created an extra pillar in my trinity. So my trinity was now a quad, a square, and I had 144, new earth, woman or goddess, wealth. And because I kept seeing the 144, I couldn't see how it worked. I was like, yes, I got to keep showing up on social media. I got to keep sharing the messages. I got to keep sharing and understanding soul development. But what was happening was that the messages that were the 144, the oracle, is prophesying, showing you what's happening, the cycles of humanity, the different pathways that were there, which was assigned to me. It wasn't my truth. So even though it was true for me to run that path until I could claim my sovereignty, it meddled with my sovereign blueprint. So what it was the decoding and the releasing of the blueprint of what was and not what is. So when I was able to go, hang on, I am not here to be this messenger. I'm not here to continue to share the pathway of the 144. The 144 have got this. They don't need me. It's okay. They will find their way. They will go through their learnings. They will find other teachers. And I can step away from this. It was kind of like a mother bear being like, no, I can't let go of the 144. I can't let go of them, right? But I had to, because I wasn't moving forward. My purpose did not include being a messenger for the 144. It included New Earth, Goddess, Wealth. Now, New Earth is for obviously man and woman. New Earth consciousness is what I'm devoted to. It's my contribution to humanity. It has a different message. It will resonate to many 144, but it is not the message to the 144, because many of the 144 are stuck in healing. Many of them are stuck in the stories of karma. Many of them are stuck in the perpetuating cycle of suffering. New Earth isn't that. New Earth is present moment experience, choosing to be anchored in the here and the now, claiming, taking accountability, and moving forward with clear creation, looking forward, reframing the mind, using the tools, the gifts, and the abilities to create new technologies, new advancements in magic, new possibilities forward. So although I will resonate with both the 144 and the New Earthers, I had to get really clear because I wasn't moving forward. So the purpose pillars, by removing what was there, confusing me from where I was going, allowed me to have clarity. I'm not abandoning the 144. I'm just offering them a higher octave of information. And instead of speaking the 144 message, which becomes like this, right? Karmic cycles and positive and negative and polarity and all of the things that the old world energy is built upon, the conditioning, it opens a possibility and a pathway for my purpose to become clear. Now, I can feel the difference by letting go of that attachment, releasing myself from the role, and moving forward. There's clarity. Of course, New Earth energy fits with wealth because currency, sustainable energy, birthright exists. That's where wealth comes in. That isn't being wealthy in the form of the old world materialism. It's being in the acknowledgement of who you are as an individual, and that we have enough resources, enough energy, enough love, enough co-creation to be wealthy in all layers of our soul's matrix. That also allows for an opportunity for that of the priestess and the goddess. In the New Earth energy, they get to share. They get to also be wealthy. We get to have the rise of the feminine. We get to balance out this pathway, this possibility. So that's why it's important. Because if you don't know your pillars, your message gets muddled. If you don't know who you're serving, who's your avatar? If you don't know what it is that you have to offer, you're not speaking to the right people. If you don't have this clarity of these three pillars activated, cleared, purified, and in place for you to move forward, you're going to do this. You're going to loop around. Now, you just heard me say, it took me 12 months to let go of my attachment to be the oracle of the 144 because I was so attached to God, the heavens, and being this angelic being, this superiority of utopian energy that wasn't allowing me to just be the woman that I am here and now. And so if you allow yourself the opportunity, you can clear a big bulk of information. You can clear a whole lot of stories and limitations just by choosing, actually, I'm going to take up this invitation that Giai is offering, and I'm going to choose to know my 3 purpose pillars. And what that will provide for me is clarity on what it is that I'm here to share, what it is I'm here to gift my knowledge, what it is here that I am to spread the word of, what it is here moving forward. And that way, you don't have to cycle as many loops because you keep choosing forward. And that's why some of us are here as the pathways that allow for you to not go through the struggle, to not go through the confusion. Here is a tried formula. Use it. You have the opportunity as a sovereign being to use this, to invest in yourself. How much time would it cut off your journey? How much energy, pain, suffering would it reduce if you just stepped into taking the time to invest 90 minutes in yourself and the energy to use this, but also put in the tangible action? We can't just be spiritual woo-woo beings that are playing in the quantum field and not make tangible change. We have to make the tangible change to receive the results that we want in our life experience. And that's where feminine and masculine come together. So Recoding Wealth Creation tomorrow, 90 minutes, 9 a.m. The reason is so that you can find these 3 pillars. You can activate them in your blueprint. You can clear the stories and the things that are limiting you and reset to the 0 point. Use your Kundalini breath work in a nice sensual, sexual, fun way. Connect to the root chakra, anchor it in, stabilize it, and walk forward. The time is now, my friends. Will you take this invitation? I love you. I love you. I love you. Until next time. I don't know.